you guys? It is Will here from Shadow Ascent, signing back in once again, coming at you with another video today. And I want to talk a little bit more on a personal matter in this video, discussing something I've been dealing with, struggling with, and trying to ultimately figure my way through it, like find a way through it. It has to do with a newfound relationship of mine. Just yesterday, well, as of the time I'm recording this, yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I had a Valentine this year. You know, I had this girl that I've been talking to, and so just yesterday I asked her to be my girlfriend, and so it's official now, and you know, I should be celebrating, right? That should be a good thing, and it is something that's cool and exciting and new for me. I've never been in this situation before, but the biggest dilemma, at least that I've faced, has been around sex. I don't want to go too far into it for the sake of privacy, obviously, but essentially the biggest struggle that I've had is erectile issues, is getting it hard. And that's been a problem for me for a while. A lot of that was caused by some of the things that I would fantasize about or masturbate to on porn back in the past, and things that I would kind of do, or practices I would have in terms of the way I would approach it. And because of that, it created that sort of physical issue where it was very difficult for me to actually get to that point of having an erection. But also there's many psychological issues as well, where we're getting intimate in the bed, and you know, it's getting to that point, and I'm just thinking too much. I'm not feeling the sensations. I'm not experiencing it. I'm in my head of like, oh, is she gonna like this? What if I can't get it up? What if it's not enough? Like, doubting myself. And so in order to deal with this sort of problem, you have to face the reality that it is a problem. And that is a difficult process in itself, because I want it to be a good, pleasurable experience. I don't want it to be a big time challenge and always end up in a feeling of shame, because it is emasculating in ways when you just can't get hard. You know, you start to question, like, bro, am I gay? And I'm not saying that those are invalid thoughts, because at least on this channel I've also expressed there's been times where I've definitely questioned my sexuality. It's a valid question. It's a very difficult one. It's a tough conversation to have, but you have to be willing to face these problems. I've been open to her about the struggles, and also towards sex, there's a lot of anxiety that I have present. And I will say, last night I did lose my virginity, but even still, like, I couldn't really maintain an erection for very long. It's a lot of energy that's going towards it in my mind of like, how am I going to work through this? What am I going to do? Do I need professional help? Do I need to take pills for this? Do I need to do something in particular? Like, what needs to happen? I've been taking this course. Well, it's an app called Mojo. It's kind of where they coach you through certain practices and mindsets to work through this. And I just finished up the first phase, and they go through breathing exercises like the box breath method, where you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, out for 4, and then hold for 4. And then you repeat that for, you can choose anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. But that Kegel exercise is to help with pelvic floor, and also just trying to kind of listen to other people's experiences. You wouldn't really think it's, or at least I didn't think it, but a lot of men struggle with this, a lot of them. And hearing that definitely makes me feel like, okay, this is a problem, this is an issue, but there's not necessarily something inherently wrong with me that I can't work through or can't fix or figure out. And that's the mentality that I want to have. I don't want to just give up. Sometimes in those situations where things are getting intimate, there's this thing called fight or flight mode, where you just want to get out of there. You're just like, oh, this is doomed, it's not going to work. You just want to get out of there. And I have to stick with it. I have to be willing to not just cave in, not just, you know, be weak. Again, I have to at least try. And it's the tough thing is, like, I want to do it so badly, but this issue has just been preventing me from going all the way with it. The good thing is, this girl I've been talking to is, well, now she's my girlfriend. I can say that officially. She's willing to be patient, but I understand that patience, it only can last for so long before it's like, all right, come on, you got to figure this out. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. It's a lot. It's tough because this has been the biggest thing that's been on my mind recently. It's kind of been eating away at me. I can't even lie. And a part of me realizes that, hey, maybe I should stop obsessing over it so much. Maybe I should stop thinking about it so much, because I don't want to lose sight of everything else going on in my life. I have friends and family members who I can not only talk to, but spend quality time with and enjoy their presence, right? I have the ability to create videos, which quite frankly anybody can, but to sit up here and talk and edit and record and upload, it's it's a blessing. And I feel like throughout this entire process, I want to take accountability and do everything that I can. However, I don't also want to be too hard on myself. I've never been in a situation before. You guys, if you have watched this channel or not, I've really been on completely self journey the past years. I've put relationships to the side, like completely put them to the side. And so in that, it was also the sexual stuff that I was just like, no, I was basically abstinent for a while. I was celibate, mainly by choice. And now all of a sudden an opportunity arises, and it's like there's a lot of problems that I'm realizing that I actually have that maybe I should have resolved sooner, but I'm working towards them. I have confidence that I can get there. There's doubt, there's fear. I don't want to just guarantee anything, but I have confidence that I can get there. And it's going to take work, it's going to take effort, but I also don't want to lose sight of everything else going on in my life. You know what I mean? It's a lot to balance out. It's a lot. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do moving forward with my career, especially. And within all this, I do also want to be a little bit patient, take my time, but I don't want to go through life aimlessly wandering and just being utterly lost all the time. And we go through phases where that might just be inevitable. And right now, I feel like I'm in a big learning process. There's a lot that's happening. It's hard for me to reflect so much on like the past and the first time I met this person and before, how life was and all that stuff. Even if I'm bringing up examples from the past, like I'm in the midst of something very new right now. And so it's wild. It is crazy, man. Growing an attachment towards someone and having an intimate and romantic connection with them, you have to work through challenges together. It's the one thing about a relationship that I never really understood before, I suppose, was the fact that it is a massive commitment and responsibility. It's like it's its own job, because you have your own problems you have to work through. Your partner has their problems they have to work through. You have your own problems you got to work through together. You got to figure out your own life. You got to still have time for, like I said, friends and family, for your job, for other hobbies and creative passions and things you want to do, and to exercise and to eat right, to get enough sleep. It's heavy. It's the challenge of life. And I'm not here to play the victim or act as if things happen to me and that, life sucks, man. No, I understand that things happen, but I'm the only one who can do something to make a change or push forward in my life. It's up to me. It's all on me. And I want to do everything I possibly can to make things right. Not just in this situation, which I'm talking about, which I've referenced in this video, but everything, because I feel like I haven't quite been there as much for my family recently. I haven't really been there as much for my friends recently. I haven't been working out quite as much, to be honest. It's been a little bit sporadic in terms of my scheduling in that regard. And my sleep schedule's been a little bit messed up. And it's like, you have so much energy going towards this one thing, this one person. And I want to give myself time to feel all of this. But then again, there's so much else that matters. And I don't want to take that for granted. I don't want to take it for granted. But I feel like I needed to kind of open up about this, because the longer that it's just sitting in your mind, the longer that it's just sitting in here and you can't find any way to vent or express these things, it's just going to eat away at you. right? And that's why writing is something that I've used as an outlet before. That's why I've used this as an outlet before, because hey, sometimes I don't always know like who to just talk to about this stuff. And it's not that I don't have people, but it's just a way for me to express myself. And that's kind of what I want to do, is just be vulnerable. I don't want to feel like I have to hide stuff, hide anything. I want to be able to say everything that's on my mind, everything that I'm going through. And, you know, this is just a challenge. This is a little bit of a fork in the road, if you will, and something that I'm trying to understand, but not be too hard on myself at the same time. And I really appreciate you guys for being here, for listening to this video, for tuning in. I know it's a touchy subject. The one thing is, like, I'm sure there's somebody out there, maybe watching this video even, who can maybe relate, right? We're a lot more, I don't want to say normal, but human than we think. A lot of times we assume nobody can understand us, and then we talk about these things and realize maybe not literally everybody, but a lot of people have had these similar issues and crises in their lives. But everyone is their own person, and we all have our own journey, and that's what essentially I'm trying to figure out right now in my own process of understanding and awakening and learning and healing and growing. And I hope you're doing the same. And much love to you, whoever you are watching this video. And Will from Shadow Ascent, signing out.